Hello and welcome everybody to David Story Field. We're here for game one of a three-game series, starting a little bit late today as the first pitch has already been thrown, 6:37 p.m. Here for game one of a three-game series between the Bend Elks and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Cam Fawcett on the mound. And the second pitch is down the middle for strike one. So we're starting a little bit late due to some technical difficulties. Well, we are here either way and ready to go here. 1-1 is a grounder over to short. Orem will pick it up. Throw on to first is in time for out number one. So let's get you a little caught up on everything that's going on here. That was just the first batter of the game, but let's take a look at the lineup for the Elks. Jack Lafitte led off. He just hit that ground out. Benji Solano bats second at second base. McCoy Sniffin at third, batting third. Ryan Vandenbrink at first in the cleanup spot. Then Matt Dobson at short, batting fifth. Brody Beethoven right field, batting sixth. Wynn Gurney in left field, batting seventh. Noah Batanko doing the catching, batting eighth. And Zach Carlson, the nine-hitter in center field. First pitch from Fawcett is called ball one. Fawcett, this is his second start of the season, ninth game. Has a 5.40 ERA and 13 1/3. Outside, and it's 2-0. Got the start against Bend last week. That was last Saturday. Ended up hitting four guys, walking three. Not his best outing. Only did give up one earned, but that wasn't enough to get the Bears to the victory. As that's fouled back, and it's 2-1. Now Fawcett has a sinker, curveball, fastball, slider mostly, and that combination, a four-pitch mix. Has some good velo, 90 to 91. Another one fouled off to the left side, out of play. Look out over there in the party deck area. It's 2-2. The biggest thing about Fawcett is his heater to off-speed velo difference. It's around 14 miles per hour. Gets the fastball and the sinker to around 88 to 89, 90. Like that. That's high and away for ball three. So it's a 3-2 count. Curveball, though. And his slider, around 76 to 79. So that's kind of how he's been effective so far. In this season, just has to not be as wild as he was in his last start. 3-2 is fouled off. Now both these teams are coming off of wins. Very opposite wins. The Bend Elks scored 12 runs yesterday in Walla Walla against the Sweets. Ended up winning that one 12-7. Still ended up losing 2 of 3. Like the Black Bears, they had a 1-0 victory on a walk-off walk. Speaking of walks, that is ball four. So a walk for Benji Solano. As him reaching first. Now 14 walks on the season for Fawcett. As Solano will take his base. That'll bring up McCoy Sniffin. Now Sniffin did not play the last time, and the first time this season that these two teams faced off against each other, apparently he was injured. That's why he didn't play, but he's been very effective for the Bend Elks. Probably lucky for us they didn't play that first series, but he's here now. Fortunately for him, no longer injured, getting some playing time, but is hitting very well at a 323 so far this season. Was named a West Coast League All-Star. Hit a double in the All-Star game. And that's a blooper into right field for a base hit. They're on to second. Close play, but not in time. So Solano moves to second as McCoy is sniffing. That's the first hit of the ball game for either side. And the last two have reached here. That'll bring up Ryan Vandenbrink. Oh, Vandenbrink had a pretty good series against the Black Bears. 4 for 8, but had a lot of walks, 4 of them. Got hit by a pitch once. This is the first pitch from Fawcett is low for ball one. Well, the Black Bears only used 2 pitchers yesterday in the 1-0 victory. 6 scoreless from Henson, 4 from Thompson. A combined 14 strikeouts, which is a now season high in a game for the Black Bears pitching staff. 1-0 is outside, and it's 2-0. Well, Vandenbrink from Oregon State, one of the catchers from Oregon State, along with Serrano, who's doing the catching today. We got both the Oregon State catchers here. Vandenbrink didn't play in a game, and Serrano only played in 3. 2-0, up and in. And it's 3-0. Walkweir would load the bases for Matt Dobson with 1 out. So again, with the wildness for Fawcett, hasn't been able to control pitches. 3-0. That is called strike 1. Umpires for today's game and for the series. Hudson Boucher behind the dish calling the balls and strikes for today and will be on Sunday in Game 3. And Jacob Fisher on the bases, so we'll see him behind the plate tomorrow in Game 2. 3-1 from Fawcett is high and inside for ball 4. So another wild start for Fawcett here in the first inning. Could still get out of it, but bases are loaded, and Matt Dobson will now try to give the Elks an early lead. Mound visit here between Serrano and Fawcett. Let's take a look at the defense for the Black Bears. Liam Barrett's in left field. Matt Priest is in center. Gavin Poffenroth is in right field. Matt Champion is at third. Ray Norm at short, Jeremiah Crane at second base with Indy Anderson at first. Martin Serrano doing the catching. So Matt Champion, due to a limited amount of bats that we have on the squad today, Andy Cisneros off the team, Luke Kovac with the Nighthawks in Bellingham. Matt Champion has come in as an offensive bat. He's been hitting BP for a couple of weeks, so it was only a matter of time before he got some action on the offensive side, but he just pitched a couple days back. First pitch is hit on the helmet for Dobson. And he is shaken up on the ground. Immediately, the Cowlitz trainer comes out, along with the coaching staff for the Bend Elks. That was a fastball. Throws the 90 fastball right at his helmet area. He immediately drops to the floor. 91. Gonna take some time, but he is getting up slowly. But does not seem like he will stay in the game. So a very unfortunate injury to Matt Dobson. Hate to see something like that happen. And I'm sure Cameron Fawcett is, you know, of course he didn't mean to do that. Has been wild so far in this outing. He's been wild against the Elks in his past 2 starts. And, you know, he definitely doesn't mean to hit guys on the helmet like that. You don't want to see something like that in the West Coast League. And Matt Dobson's day, unfortunately, ends early here in Game 1. It did bring in a run, the hit by pitch, so the Elks have taken a 1-0 lead. Vinny Salvione is now the pinch runner on first. And the first pitch to Brody Bitove will be strike 1. So the Elks have an early 1-0 advantage after the unfortunate hit by pitch to Dobson. Hopefully it is nothing too serious. I'm sure they don't want to risk any future damage regarding, you know, you always want to be cautious when it comes to a head injury. And I'm sure the Elks know that. So it is Sniffen on third with Vandenbrink on second. Salvio now on first. 1-1 is inside. And it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 from Fawcett to Bitove. the Indiana commit. Was at Pepperdine this season. That's fouled away, and it's 2-2. Obatov went 4 for 10, drove in 4 runs, walked 4 times, but also struck out 5. In the first series, these two teams played against each other just a week ago at Vince Guenna Stadium. And they'll be back there in a couple weeks for the last 3 games of the season. Both these teams still in the hunt, though. Curveball, called strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Fawcett, as he placed a very good curveball right in the middle of the zone. He's got his first strikeout of the day, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up Wynn Gurney. We did not see Wynn Gurney against the Black Bears in the first series. Matter of fact, he's only played 1 game since July the 12th. And he came in as a pinch runner, or pinch hitter. So this is his first start in a good while. He's already down 0-1 from Manhattan Beach, California. Good dig from Serrano, possibly saves a run there. It's called ball 1. Gurney, 227. This is his 12th game. Only had 5 for 22. Hasn't been playing too much. 1-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Serrano. And it's 1-2. Gurney, very good player, though, for La Mirada High School. His senior year here in 2025, the number 14 ranked outfielder in California, is committed to Oregon State. So we'll be playing with his teammate in Vandenbrink, not with Serrano, though. Serrano's at Iowa Western now. That's outside, and it's 2-2. Now Gurney walked, came as a pinch hitter yesterday against Walla Walla. Ended up getting caught stealing, though, at second base, so 2 for 3 on steals. 2-2, called strike 3. A good recovery from Fawcett. He does give up the run on the unfortunate hit by pitch to Matt Dobson. So the Elks do take a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning here in game 1.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Next Saturday, August 2nd, is Corby's final bobblehead giveaway. Thanks to our partners at Dick Hanna Toyota, the first 500 fans through the games will receive a Corby bobblehead. Get to the ballpark early and make sure you pick up this one-of-a-kind souvenir. Get your tickets today for these events and more at CowlitzBlackBears.com. Defensive change for the Elks. Now playing shortstop number 9, Vinny Salvioni.
Bottom of the first inning, Matt Dobson has left the game, which means that Vinny Salvione will take over at short. He's over there now after Dobson's day is done. And a very unfortunate hit by pitch in the helmet. We all hope that he is okay, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. It was a very scary situation. 91 to the helmet area is always going to be very scary. So we all hope he's okay. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Black Bears, presented by Cowlitz River Dental. Matt Priest leads it off in center field. Liam Barrett bats second and left. Jeremiah Crane is batting third with Indy Anderson in the cleanup spot. Poffenroth bats fifth, with Jarrett Sable being the DH today, batting sixth. Martin Serrano bats seventh. Matt Champion batting eighth. And Braden Oram, number 9 hitter. As it seems like Dan Spencer usually likes to put his shortstops in the 9-hole. We saw that a lot with Lundberg. Now that he's gone, and now that Cisneros is gone, it's Oram that will probably be the primary shortstop for the foreseeable future. So Priest leads it off. Starter for the Elks is going to be Justin Schramm. Schramm, a 5.28 ERA in 30 2/3. This is his 7th start, overall 10th game. Has been starting a lot of games recently for the Elks. His last start came a week ago, last Friday, against the Black Bears. Gave up 7 runs on 11 hits in 3 1/3. Foul tipped into the glove of Batanko, and it's 0-1. Black Bears scored 13 runs on 20 hits against in the game where Schramm started. Schramm gave up 11 of those hits and has now given up 43 on the season, which leads the team. Fastball inside, and it's 1-1. Schramm has a sinker fastball slider changeup, mostly combination with a curveball sweeper, just in case, as a backup. 1-1. Another swing and a miss. It's a foul tip. And it's 1-2. Schramm from Colorado Mesa played his freshman season there in 2025. Only pitched 2 innings in 2 games, but didn't give up a run in either of those 2 games. March 22nd versus Colorado Christian. April the 5th versus Adams State. That's a grounder. Fair ball down the left field line. Matt Priest has speed. He's going to try and go for 2, and he's going to get in there safely. Leadoff double for Matt Priest. Gets one to sneak on the right side of the line, and he's got his 6th double of the season. He's in the scoring position with nobody out for Liam Barrett. Liam Barrett ready to go for his first at-bat. He's rocking the eye black today, along with Matt Champion. Champion usually does, but this is Barrett's first time in a while, he told me. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Barrett said he always wore the eye black in high school in most of his playing days, but ended up taking a break from it once he got to UCSB. And back and doing it again. It's a fly ball into left field. Win Gurney is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So the defense for the Elks. Win Gurney's in left field. Zach Carlson's in center. Brody Batove is in right. Makoa Sniffin at third with Vinny Salvione. Now it's short. Benji Solano at second, and Vandenbrink at first, with Noah Batanko doing the catching for Schramm. Jeremiah Crane has a hit in his last 7 games. Doing a good job of getting on base. 1 for 4 yesterday. He swings and misses at strike 1. So the fastball goes 87 to 90. So both these starting pitchers have about the same velocity on their heaters, but a lot of pitches for Schramm. Crane hitting at a 345 so far this season. This is his 12th game. 0-1. Fastball inside. It's 1-1. Well, Crane in the series against Ridgefield ended up finishing 4 for 10. Only scored a run, but that's 10 hits on the season. Good start, and he's been in that 3 spot for a minute now. 1-1. That one will get past Batanko, and taking third is Priest. Just got under the glove of Batanko behind the dish, and it's to the boards. Priest has speed in that leadoff spot and is able to jog into third quite easily. Now the tying run 90 feet away for the Bears. This is a Bears squad that had 2 hits yesterday in 10 innings and still managed to win. You don't see that too often. 2-1. Fly ball into right field. Under it is Batove. He'll make the grab. Tagging at third is Priest. Throw to the plate is not in time. Sacrifice fly for Jeremiah Crane brings in Priest, and we're all tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Who doesn't love a productive out, huh? It was a very good throw in right field by Batove, but just had too much hang time, and Priest was able to sneak in there. Now to bring up Indy Anderson. Now bases empty with 2 outs. First pitch over to short. Good scoop at short by Salvione. Throw on to first, and a good scoop over there by Vandenbrink. 6-3 ground out ends the bottom of the first, but both teams bringing a run as we head to the top of the second inning. 1-1 here at David Story Field.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, training your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Did you know that Fiber Federal Credit Union volunteers give back $1,650 to community events and organizations in 2023?
Oh, they do?
You'll see them in their spiffy green Fiber Family Volunteer shirts at events all year long. In fact, they're here tonight, and they're giving away an awesome gift basket. Stop by the Fiber Federal Credit Union booth and say hello and enter the raffle before the bottom of the 4th inning, and you could go home a winner.
Luckily, I just said, well, I'm going to try a different day. Maybe that'll work, and it's like it.
Well, it only took 1 inning to beat the amount of runs we had yesterday. 1-0 game in 10 innings 24 hours ago, and it's already 1-1. It'll be Noah Batanko to lead off, and Zach Carlson and Jack Lafitte back at the top of the order. Here against Fawcett. Fawcett was a bit wild, walked 2, hit Dobson, but ended up striking out Batove and Gurney, both looking to end the top of the first, and now has a 0-1 count against Noah Batanko. Batanko didn't really play against the Black Bears. Mostly Vandenbrink just starting all 3 games behind the plate with Teddy Tokheim at first. Tokheim not playing here today, at least in the starting lineup. So that's outside for ball 1. This is Batanko's second game. His first game was on Tuesday against the Walla Walla Sweets. Started that one, went 1 for 4, drove in a run. It will be another fastball, and Batanko bends out of the way of it. 2-1. That was another one that was close to being a hit by pitch. Batanko was able to get out of the way, fortunately. 2-1 is outside, and it's 3-1. Now Batanko at CSU San Bernardino, his freshman year this season. Played 20 games for them, hit 200. 8 for 40, had 3 two-hit games. Now the 3-1. That is strike 2 as Batanko flings his bat over, but we'll have to scoop it back up and face a full count. Batanko from San Diego, went to East Lake High School, hit .440 his senior year. First team All-CIF San Diego County. Player of the year as well. 3-2. Fouls one back to the netting, and we'll do it again.
Good hustle out there, Jakes. Keep it up, buddy.
Batanko .250, only in his one game. Number 66 catcher in California, according to Perfect Game. That's ripped into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit and get past Poffenroth all the way to the wall. Heading into second base is Batanko, and he's got his first extra base hit of the season, a leadoff double in the top of the second inning. So a round from Poffenroth. He wasn't able to reach out and cut it off. Could have saved a base, but it gets past him. Tanko now into second base, back-to-back half innings with a leadoff double. One from Priest, now one from Batanko. That'll bring up Zach Carlson. Hitting out of the 9th spot today for the Elks, and take strike one on the outside corner. Carlson from Northwestern, freshman year this season. Played 15 games, hitting .293 though here with the Elks. 0-1 is crushed into right field, carrying at the wall, and it is a home run. That is the first home run by a lefty at David Story Field this season. Carlson, second of the year. And the Elks have taken the lead back. It's 3-1. That one just snuck out fair over the wall in right field. 325. It got over the Steelscape sign out in right field. Well, the Elks have now 26 home runs. They're 4th in the league in big flies, as that's low and inside or outside for ball one to Lafitte. Carlson, second of the year, makes it 3-1 Bend. There's times where the wind pushes that one foul, but it wasn't really too much wind. It's blowing more in than left to right. Took advantage and knocked one over the wall. 1-1 is called strike two. Now, Jack Lafitte had a very good series against the Black Bears. 4 for 9, scored 4 times, drove in 3, got hit 3 times, and walked twice. So that's in the turf, and it's 2-2. He's got a home run of his own. Just one, but .438 average so far in the early going of the season for him. Only in his 13th game. 2-2. Grounder through the middle, ranging is Orem. Throw on to first on the run is going to get past Anderson. Would have been a close play either way, and it looks like they're going to call that one a base hit. So an infield single. First 3 have reached, which includes the 2-run home run. Well, this is a very good Elks offense. Second in the league in runs scored. At 297, they're now up to 300 on the season after the 3 runs they've scored in the first 2 innings. Benji Solano, another guy from CSU San Bernardino. The Elks have a few guys from them. I feel like the Elks and the lefties of Port Angeles had a good amount of CSU San Bernardino guys. He had 325, though, for them. 38 games. Grounder over to Orem. He'll toss to Crane for 1 on to first, and not in time. Well, they had to work quick, and it was a pretty slow ground ball. Solano was able to beat it out. Fielder's choice, but that is out number 1. McCoy sniffing. Got the first hit of the day for the Bend Elks. In the top of the first. Fawcett has been less wild, but has also given up a lot more hard contact. That home run was 94 off the bat, which is probably one of the slower home runs by miles per hour we've seen. And also did just sneak out over the right field wall. The home run be 94, 105. It's still a home run. That's hit to the opposite field. Going back on it is Poffenroth, but it will fall foul into the Black Bears bullpen. Black Bears on the first base side of things. Bend Elks on the third base side. It's the opposite at Vince Guinness Stadium. We were on the third base side. A runner on first now in Solano. Back pick to first, and it looks like they have him in a rundown. Anderson will throw to second, but the throw's off. And Solano gets bailed out, takes a base. Seems like Anderson might have thrown that a little late, and when he did, he threw it too slow. And it allowed Solano to cruise into second quite easily. No 2-1 now to Sniffin. 1 for 1 on the day. Check swing is a go. And it's 2-2. Sniffin from St. Mary's. His freshman season there in 2025. Played 23 games. He's hitting great though. 40 hits so far this season. 13 multi-hit games. Could be 14 if he gets a base hit here. 2-2. Just misses outside, and the count runs full. Now Sniffin not too far away from where he went to school. He's from Monte Sereno, California, a little bit southwest of San Jose. Went to Archbishop Mitty High School. Hit 362 there his senior year. 3-2 is a fly ball into right field. Gavin Poffenroth is under it. He'll make the grab. Solano's going to try and tag. Here comes the throw to third, and it's not in time. So a fly ball to right field for Sniffin. It will advance Benji Solano to third base. And there's 2 outs. I've noticed Ryan Vandenbrink has a bit of a interesting little routine before he goes up to the dish. And I think it's kind of cool. I like when you get some quirky little routines before before pitching or before hitting or superstitions or something like that. I think it's cool. It's a cool thing, and it helped Vandenbrink get into Oregon State, so something's got to be working for him. He'll take strike 1. He's hitting at a 226 so far this season. Has driven in 6 runs. Has a runner on third with 2 outs. Outside, and it's 1-1. Went 2 for 5 yesterday against the Sweets. Drove in a run, struck out twice. 1-1 is high for ball 2. The Sweets and Elks series was pretty close. The Sweets won the first 2 games, each by 1 run, and then the Elks took game 3 by a score of 12-7. 2-1 grounder over to Orem as he bobbles it, and everyone's going to be safe. Run will score. Oh, it'll be an error over at short. Allows Vandenbrink to score, or to reach, and it allows Solano to score. And it's 4-1 Elks. That'll bring up Vinny Salvione, his first at-bat. After the hit by pitch for Dodson, brought him out of the game. Salvione is, I bet Salvione did not expect to come into the game this early. It's 1-0 now with Vandenbrink on first. He's 2 for 2 on steals. He's reached twice now today. Outside, and it's 2-0. Well, Salvione was with Portland this season, his junior year, didn't play for them. He's committed to Bowling Green State, though. He committed there the July 3rd. So he'll be heading quite eastern after spending most of his days here in the Pacific Northwest. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Salvione is a former Black Bear as well. Played with Cowlitz in 2023. 13 games, went 11 for 50, drove in 5 runs. Well, was with the Elks last year and went 4 for 15 in 4 games against the Black Bears, against his old squad. Went 0 for 5 against them in last week's series. That's high, and it's 3-1. Salvione in 3-1 counts. Doesn't have a hit yet this season. It's a fly ball. It will get out of play off to the right side. Foul, and it's 3-2. Vandenbrink will get a head start. 3-2 counts. He's in 222 on the season. That's 32 hits on the year, 296. Having a pretty good campaign. Payoff pitch with Vandenbrink going is fouled back. And Ryan will have to head back to first. Well, Ben wearing the all-gray uniforms with gold numbering. The letters are black, but the numbers are their Bend Elks gold. Black Bears on the other side wearing the all-cream uniforms with the orange-brimmed hats. Almost said helmets. Another payoff from Fawcett is called strike 3. Third strikeout of the day for Fawcett. All 3 of them have been looking. But 3 runs do come in for the Elks. 2-run home run from Zach Carlson in the air at short by Orem allows Solano to score. And the Black Bears have more work to do offensively. The Elks are up 4-1 heading to the bottom of the second inning.
Hey there, everyone. It's me, the voice of summer. And I'm here to talk to you about the Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes by Fiber Federal Credit Union. It's good, clean fun in the sun where some lucky member could win bigger than a giant wave off Maui. So roll out the blanket, put some surf tunes on, and use your Fiber debit card to catch your share of our $9,000 plus prize wave. Every time you use your Fiber debit card for a purchase of $5 or more, you'll be entered into our Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes. Like the sea, you know, with water and swimsuits. 3 Fiber family members each week will win $100, and 1 member will win the $5,000 grand prize October 1st. Whew, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about all the cha-chaing I can do with that moolah. Visit fibercu.com/sweepstakes for the official rules, and cowabunga if you must. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. No purchase necessary to win. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bottom of the second inning, the Elks have a 4-1 advantage over the Black Bears. In the bottom of the second inning, the Elks not really wavering after the 3 straight games about 5 hours away in Walla Walla. They just got here a few hours ago. It is a very long drive from Walla Walla to here. Very long drive from Walla Walla to anywhere, actually. But they're off to a good start. Poffenroth leads it off against Schramm. First pitch misses a bit low. And Justin Schramm gave up the run already in the first inning, but his offense has his back so far. 1-0 is called strike 1 about the waist area. Matt Priest, the double, he ends up scoring on the Jeremiah Crane sac fly. Tied the game at 1, but now they're down 3. 1-1. It's a grounder over to short, and Salvione makes the throw on to first. And that's out number 1. So ground out to short ends the first and begins the second inning. Jarrett Sable now ready to go. He's the DH today. Sable, then Serrano. Sable went 1 for 9 in the series against Ridgefield. Is struggling a bit. That one hit, though, almost led to a comeback in the 8-7 loss against Ridgefield. Fastball will hit the outside edge for strike 1. Hit a 2-run single that made it 8-7 in the 9th inning. Black Bears were down to their last strike, but ended up dropping that game and overall losing the Columbia River Cup Series 4-3. And it did take game 3, though, 1-0. It was a very crazy game. 5 hits combined between the two teams. Way outside, gets past Batanko, and it's 2-1. Sable hitting under the Mendoza line now at 195. Him and Fawcett, future Trojans at USC. Could be a battery if Sable sticks to the catching gig. Outside, and it's 3-1. Sable has 11 walks on the season. That is fouled away. It's a full count. Well, tends to hit the ball pretty much all fields when he's facing a righty with 2 strikes. Has most of his power, though, to the right side, of course, is the pull side. 3-2. That's a grounder up the middle into center field for a base hit. Sable is reaching. He's 1 for 1. That's his 18th hit of the season. And that'll bring up Martin Serrano. 4 lefties in this lineup. Liam Barrett, Indy Anderson, Sable, and Serrano, the last one. Matt Champion on deck. He has not had an offensive at-bat in a game in a while. But it has been pretty needed, considering the lack of depth on the offensive side that the Black Bears have, at least at the moment. And now Schramm with a runner on first. Serrano, 1 for 5 yesterday. It was his only game he played against Ridgefield, as Holt Williams started the other 2. Now down 0-1 after the fastball. Played very well against Ben, though. 6 for 11 in 2 games. Had a 3 for 6 game on Friday and a 3 for 5 game on Sunday, the 20th. 0-1 outside. Sable on first, has not attempted a steal yet this season. The Elks have the lead after a 3-run second inning. That's high and away for ball 2. Well, Holt Williams, pretty much the only guy on the bench for the Black Bears. Nico Roselle is as well, but he has a injured wrist, so besides the one at-bat he got yesterday, which was a massive one, that's a chopper over to second base. Throw on to first is in time, as there was no play at second. Sable advances 90 feet, but it's a 4-3 ground out for out number 2. That'll bring up Matt Champion.
Now batting for the Black Bears, the third baseman, number 18, Matt Champion.
Well, to put into perspective the last time, or how long it's been since Champion has played an offensive side of the game, it was about a month and a week and a half ago. So about 5.5 weeks ago, June 14th against Walla Walla, got one at-bat at Borleski Stadium. And it's a pop-up over to Schramm. He'll make the grab for out number 3. That looked and sounded like a broken bat for Champion on the first pitch. So that'll do it for the bottom of the second inning, the first scoreless frame of the game for either side. As we head to the top of the third inning, the Elks have a 4-1 lead.
Saturday, August 2nd, and Sunday, August 3rd, for Fan Appreciation Weekend.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce, or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Black Bears baseball. Don't miss it. Grab your tickets now at collegeblackbears.com. We got another shout out for you. Please give a warm welcome to our friends out at the party deck, Washington Cedar. Washington Cedar out at the party deck. Thanks for being
Top of the third inning here at David Story Field. Well, we only have 5 games left here at David Story Field this season and in the 15-year history of the Black Bears after this one. So be sure to come down to the ballpark and try and catch the last of the action here at David Story Field for the Black Bears before they do something. I don't know what they're doing, actually. They're doing something, though. That's a fact. They will be doing things, just not here.
Leading off the top of the third for the Elks, the right fielder, number 41, Brody Bitov.
Brody Bitov leads it off. Win Gurney and then Noah Batanko, the top 3 in the top of the third against Fawcett. First pitch is just inside for ball 1. Well, Bitov played in 31 games at Pepperdine. He'll be going to Indiana for next season. Outside, and it's 2-0. Pepperdine had a bit of an interesting season, 14-42. 7-17 in conference. Started the season 0-7 and ended the season losing 10 of 11. That's a fly ball into foul ground. Champion Barrett, and Champion almost has it, but he falls over, and it drops in foul ground. That was a good effort from Champion, but not able to make the grab. He overran it a little bit, and maybe the wind pushed it. It is going from left to right a little bit more now. Either way, 2-1 now. Bitov from Toronto, Canada. Went to the Benjamin School in Palm Beach, Florida. Hit .423 his senior season. Led the team in average and OPS. Swung on and foul tipped. No, 2-2 now. If you're a Toronto sports fan, you might know the last name Bitov. John Bitov Jr., part of this family, helped found the Toronto Raptors, the NBA team. Outside, and it's 3-2. It's crazy to you could tell people, like, yeah, my family helped create a NBA team. Kind of, yeah. And a team that won a championship, nonetheless. 3-2, fouled away.
Oh, that's a fuzz.
Went 1 for 5 yesterday against Walla Walla. Has a hit in 7 straight, just like Jeremiah Crane. And that includes the series against Cowlitz. Grounder down the first base line is foul, and it's going to remain at 3-2. He's in at .269 this season. 18 for 67. Went 4 for 10 against Cowlitz. Drove in 4 runs, walked 4 times. 1 for 13, or sorry, 3 for 13 against Walla Walla. Strike 3 called. 2 straight strikeouts, 1 to end the second, now 1 to begin the third. 4 strikeouts, and all of them have been looking. As the Elks are either hitting the ball kind of hard or looking at strike 3 here against Fawcett. That'll bring up Win Gurney. First pitch is in the turf for ball 1. You know, I feel like it's a bit unfair to have a guy named Win on your team. The dude's name is Win. Like, he wins. They're winning. Feels a bit unfair. Don't be surprised, though, if Oregon State has another Omaha run with him on the team as a freshman in the fall. Might be involved with the name. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Well, Gurney has a home run so far this season. It's actually his only RBI of the season. That came all the way back on June the 4th against the Springfield Drifters. 2-1. Called strike 2, but dropped by Serrano. It's 2-2. Well, Gurney swings and misses mostly at the high pitches. Swung at a high fastball already. Check swing. maybe not. 3-2 though. That one was low and away. We've seen a lot of full counts already between these two teams. Seems like every other batter, it's a full count. That one's fouled off. That's a good average on inside pitches as well. And swings a lot at those high pitches as well. Could see a fastball high here on a 3-2. Never mind, he goes with the breaking ball and gets him to swing and miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Fawcett, the first one swinging as he gets Gurney on the breaking ball for out number 2. That shows you what I know about analysis. First pitch now from Fawcett to Batanko is swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, Batanko in his first at-bat doubled, came around to score the first of 3 runs in the top of the second inning. In the turf, that one gets past Serrano all the way to the screen, and it's 1-1. Batanko, 19 years old. Standing at 6'1", 205. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2. It seemed like Batanko wanted that pitch back so he could swing at it. It was a very good pitch. Now 1-2. 1 strike away from getting the side here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch from Fawcett. Another one in the turf. Good scoop by Serrano behind the plate, and it's 2-2. Zach Carlson on deck. He made it a 3-1 game with his 2-run home run. 2-2. Strike 3 called as Fawcett gets the side. Batove looking, Gurney swinging, Batanko looking. He's got 6 Ks on the day, and the Black Bears streak of having a lot of strikeouts continues into this series against the Elks. But the Elks are still up 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Every time I hear it, now that my stress levels are down.
Bottom 3rd. Bend Elks have a 4-1 lead over the Black Bears in game 1 of this 3-game series. These two teams play each other 9 times, and this is only game 4 of 9. It'll be Orem to lead off, bottom of the lineup, then it back to Priest at the top of the order, and Liam Barrett. Against Schramm, who's back out there for another inning. He's been pitching pretty well. He's given up the 1 run, but only 2 hits, and is still up 3. Orem 0 for 2 yesterday, walked twice though. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Well, Orem, a recent commit to Metropolitan State University Denver, otherwise known as MSU Denver. Elks have a couple guys that were there this season. Curveball hits the zone for strike two. Easton Amundsen was with MSU Denver, is committed to Akron though, as well as Andrew Graham. He was there, committed to Notre Dame. Pretty big collegiate school. That's low, and it's 1-2. Well, Orem was teammates with Amundsen when he was with the Bend Elks, playing his former team for the second time this year. Hit 304 with them in 15 games before he moved over here, but went 1 for 9 against them last week. That's high and inside for ball two. Orem, not necessarily a big pull hitter. Mostly he hits it to center field. A little bit more to right against righties. Gets one to center field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So leadoff single. It's the second time in 3 innings the leadoff man has reached for the Bears. And Matt Priest was the guy who led off the first with a double. Ended up coming around to score the only run of the day for the Black Bears. Priest, one of the guys that's pretty much been here all season, now in his 36th game. Hitting at a 260, went 0 for 4 yesterday though. Which, you know, almost everyone in that game went 0 for 5 combined hits in 10 innings. It was bound to happen. So Orem, the base hit, he's on first, 1 for 1 on stolen bases this season. Throwback is not in time. Oh, Priest now 6 doubles on the season. Still not really near Poffenroth's team high of 10. 1-0. It's a chopper to short. Salvione will flip to second for 1 on to first, and they were never going to get Priest at first. He's got too much speed. He reaches on the fielder's choice, but that's also out number 1 as Orem is out at second. Well, Alan Cox, the head coach of the Elks, is looking to have a chat with home plate umpire Hudson Boucher. Not too sure what it is regarding. Well, Liam Barrett is waiting for his turn, his second turn of the day. He flew out to left field to his counterpart over there in left in Win Gurney in his first at-bat, so he's 0 for 1 now with Priest on first. Well, the Black Bears have done a good amount of stealing. Not like actual stealing, but like stealing of bases in the past week or two. Let's see if Priest, who leads the team in steals with 6, goes here at any point. Seems as though Schramm knows that. He throws back, and it's not in time. Barrett doesn't swing too much at the first pitch. He does here, though, as that's a grounder over the glove of Solano and into center field. That one took a big hop, and Solano wasn't ready for it. Went over his glove, and that is 2 singles now in this inning. 1 for Orem, 1 for Barrett. 2 are on now, with 1 out for Jeremiah Crane. Oh, Crane already has an RBI today. That's 2 on with 1 out. Looking to extend his hit streak to 8 games. Have a hit in 10 of 12. But technically still at a 0 for 0. Sac fly doesn't count for an at-bat. First pitch, swung on and missed at the fastball. Priest on second, Barrett on first. It would be a risky play here, a double steal. Make things exciting. That's fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. Crane hitting pretty well on 0-2 counts. It's a fastball about as often as he gets a breaking ball so far in his ABs. Of course, not too many, only his 30th of the season. Now an 0-2. Very slow chopper over to third base. Sniffin, throw on to first is in time. Well, basically a swinging bunt for Crane as he advances both the runners to second and third. Sacrifices himself. It's a 5-3, and that's out number 2. Indy Anderson is 0 for 1. Hit a grounder to Vinny Salvione at short. Has a chance to bring in at least one here if he can get a base hit, make this game a little bit closer. It's always a good offensive game between these two teams. That is crushed foul. It'll get into the Black Bears dugout. Caught over there by one of the guys. See if we can see who that is. That was Will Grizzle who made that catch. Nice grab over there by Grizz. Now the 0-1 to Indy. That's a grounder past the dive of Salvione into center field. One run is in. Barrett is in. 2 RBI single for Indy Anderson, and it's 4-3. Well, Anderson gets put in that cleanup spot and delivers. We are back at a 1-run game in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And at this rate, it doesn't feel like that it will stay 4-3 for much longer, whether it be the Elks or the Black Bears putting up more runs. Poffenroth now with Anderson on first and 2 outs. Black Bears against the Ridgefield Raptors. Didn't do the best job at 2-out hitting, but 2-out single just gets under the glove of Salvione at short. Gets the job done. It's 4-3. Sable on deck. He's got a hit of his own. Black Bears now out hitting the Elks. 5 hits to 4 after that single from Anderson. And it's 1-1 now to Poff. Poffenroth only started 1 game against Bend last week in the first series, went 0 for 3. That's been struggling recently in his past 5 games. Bunch of offers, but a couple days ago he went 2 for 4 with a double. Good curveball hits the zone, and it's 1-2. Poffenroth swings and misses a little bit at the high pitches. One-two grounder into right field for a base hit, but it will hit off of Indy Anderson, and it will be called out number 3. Now Anderson is not able to get out of the way. As Anderson gets hit with the grounder, it would have been an easy base hit for Poff, but either way, Indy does bring in 2 with a 2 RBI single and has made it 4-3, heading to the top of the 4th.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard. One lucky winner is going to walk away with the gift pass that they have over at the booth. So get your name in before it's too late. We won't take any more at the end of the 4th inning. And if you didn't look, this is the 4th inning, so it's time to get over there.
I had a nickel for every time I saw somebody running from first to second get caught by a grounder, that would have been a base hit. I have 2 nickels. You can figure out the rest. Top of the 4th, and it is 4-3 after the 2-run single from Indy Anderson. Brought in both Matt Priest and Liam Barrett. Zach Carlson is the reason why it was 3-1 at one point. His home run made it 3-1 in the top of the 2nd inning. Now he shows bunt on the first pitch, pulls it back, and it's called ball 1. Carlson now 2 home runs and 12 RBIs on the season. Brought in Batanko after his leadoff double. Grounder over to first as Anderson will scoop it up. Throw to first is in time to Fawcett covering the bag. Textbook PFPs there as that is out number 1. Dan Spencer, after that out number 1, will come in and make the change. So a bit of a shorter outing for Fawcett. He does give up the 4 runs on 4 hits. Does get through 3 1/3, and well, the Black Bears only used 2 pitchers yesterday, so they got a lot of guys that are warm for this game. Shout out to Dylan Henson and Hayden Thompson for saving the bullpen arms for today. Definitely against a good Bend offense. Fawcett's out of the game. New pitcher will face off against the top of the lineup in Jack Lafitte with 1 out in the top of the 4th.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
New pitcher for the Black Bears from Seattle University, number 28, Camden Oram.
We have acquired both Orams. Camden is on the mound in relief of Cam Fawcett. With nobody on base, Cam Fawcett's day is officially over. Gives up 4 earned runs. Through 3 1/3, 4 hits. Strikeout 6 though, and walks 2. Did have a very nice return to form in the 3rd inning, striking out the side. Got out number 1 here in the 4th. It'll be Oram looking to keep things up here. Bit of a struggle in the first 2 innings, but has been smooth sailing ever since. And the Bears offense is looking like the offense that we saw in Bend. Seems like these guys hit Bend very well, especially Will Jeske, who is no longer on the team as of the rest of the season, but went 9 for 13 against them, so I'm sure Bend is excited that they don't have to face off against him in either of the next 2 series. Otherwise, Oram ready to go for his first at-bat against Jack Lafitte. First pitch is called strike 1, so Oram, sinker, fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, 5-pitch mix. Doesn't throw the fastest, 82 to 86 on the fastball, but has a lot of good run on it as that misses for ball 1. Pretty even matchup for the pitches. Sinker around 33, around 30 for the fastball. Grounder, sliding grab from Matt Champion, but he bobbles it, and making it to first is Lafitte. That will be called an error on Champion, so that's the 2nd error of the day for the Black Bears defense. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Benji Solano.
Happening for the Elks, the second baseman, number 3, Benji Solano.
Well, Solano is 0 for 1, but has scored twice. He walked, came around to score, into a fielder's choice, and came around to score. He takes strike 1. Oram has a 2.07 ERA, 3 earned runs, all 3 of them came in his only appearance against the Elks last Sunday. 2 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 hits. Throw on a first is not in time. Now this is his 9th game, pitched 2 scoreless innings, or pitched just 1 scoreless inning against Ridgefield. Back on the 22nd, gave up 3 hits, but didn't give up any earned. That's fouled back, and it's 0-2. Well, we got both the Orem brothers here playing in this one. Braden right behind his older brother on the mound. Orem heading into his 5th-year senior season. Was at Linfield, now at Seattle U. And his brother just committing to MSU Denver as he fouls one off himself, Solano. And it remains at 0-2. Solano against Walla Walla, 3 for 7, scored 3 times, drove in 1. Walked. 0-2 again. It is just outside for ball 1. Lafitte on first, 4 for 4 on steals. Was the usual man in that leadoff spot in the last series. We saw Benji Solano in the leadoff spot in the first game on that last Friday against the Elks, but Lafitte's been the leadoff man ever since. Over the leap of Orem and into left center field for a base hit. Well, Braden Orem gave it a good chance. Got way up there, but just snuck over his glove, and that is a 1-out single for Solano. He's now reaching all 3 of his at-bats. 1 for 2. That'll bring up Makoa Sniffen. Sniffen 1 for 2, hit a single in the first. Flat to Poffenroth in the second. Now up here in the 4th. First pitch from Orem, called strike 1. Sniffen has 5 home runs, one of which went 446 feet. That was back on July the 8th. Absolutely crazy to hit a ball that far, especially when you're just a freshman in college. In the turf as Serrano gives it a good block. It stops the runners from advancing. 1-1. He got 2 of his home runs yesterday against Walla Walla. Had pretty much the game of his season. 3 for 4, scored 4 times, hit 2 home runs, drove in 7. So he had a great game yesterday. Check swing, but it's called ball 2 just outside. That 446-foot home run actually came at home at Vince Gunness Stadium against the Marion Berries. Ended up winning that one 15-9. Swung on and missed at a great curveball. Fooled him, and it's 2-2. Lafitte on second, Solano on first. Still only 1 out. DP can get him out of this, but strikeout here would do too, if he wants. 2-2. Strike 3 called. That'll do. That will definitely do. First strikeout of the day for Orem, and a big second out here in the top of the 4th. Ryan Vandenbrink now ready to go. That is 7 strikeouts for the Black Bears after striking out 14 yesterday. Henson had a season high for a Bear with 6 before Thompson came in and just casually struck out 8 after him. It's a grounder over to Orem. He's going to have to play it quickly. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. Braden Orem gets his brother out of the jam, as that is a 6-3. That will end the top of the 4th. Way to the bottom of the 4th. Black Bears only down 1, 4-3.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitsblackbears.com.
No more to go. He's the best. He does this and he does this. He has to shift the gear every time too. Every time.
With a great selection of low prices, Montclair is your local partner when finding a new or certified pre-owned vehicle. Start shopping for your next car, truck, or SUV on Commerce Avenue or 707th Avenue in Longview, Washington, or go to
This is almost like he's just got half a little
Montclair.com.
kid out there to play t-ball. Yeah. It's almost like.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Schramm is back out there for another inning. He's given up 3 runs on 6 hits. Black Bears have committed 2 errors, though. That's the 3.62 RHE stat line. Jared Sable will lead it off. Sable, Serrano champion. 2 lefties and then a righty. Sable 1 for 1. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. Now has 18 hits on the season. Advanced to second base, but didn't end up coming around. Black Bears scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third on a 2-run single by Indy Anderson. Only find themselves down 1 now. First pitch from Schramm, facing the sun, unlike Sable, as that's outside for ball 1. Well, we saw in game 1 of the series last week, the Bend Elks scored 7 in the first 4 innings, and then the offense went flat as the Black Bears scored 13. Maybe we'll see the same thing here today. Scored 4 in the first 2, but have had 2 scoreless frames since then. 2-0 to Sable. Is ball 3. Sable, 11 walks on the season. He's walked in 2 of his last 3 games. 3-0 and a good count for Sable. That one's down the middle for strike 1. Sable doesn't have a hit in a 3-1 count yet this season. It's most of his hits in 0-2. Outside, and that's ball 4. So leadoff walk for Sable, the 3rd time in 4 innings that the leadoff man has reached for the Black Bears. And only the first walk of the day for Schramm. Martin Serrano ready to go for his second at-bat. He grounded out to Solano at second base. Serrano to Solano. It's 0 for 1. Has Sable on first, though, for the 2nd time today. That's low, and that's ball 1. Just gotten word that Nick Kurtz has hit 4 home runs in a game. Absolutely insane how his rookie season's been going. Just a little bit of MLB updates, and they came a game against the Astros. It's going to be a real battle between Kurtz and Jacob Wilson for the Rookie of the Year. This is so we're talking about it. You don't ever see a 4 home run game, let alone by a rookie. Apparently, he's the first rookie in baseball history to hit 4 homers in a game. So the dude's nasty. The dude's nasty. And he just got drafted, what, last year? Pretty crazy. Either way, mound visit's over. Now the 1-0 to Serrano. That's a grounder over to third base. Sniff in, no throw at second. Over to first, though, is in time for out number 1. So both at bats, Serrano was able to allow Sable to advance to second base. 2 ground outs. Sniffin had no shot at second, just threw it over to Vandenbrink at first. That's out number 1. Matt Champion now ready to go. He sounded like it broke his bat. Just popped up to Schramm in the second inning, ended the second frame. As Sable on second with 1 out. First pitch is low for ball 1. So Champion pitched 2 days ago. 4 1/3, 4 earned runs, 7 hits, earned a loss against the Raptors in Game 2 of that 3-game series. It was an 8-7 loss. Right down the middle for strike 1. He's only 2 for 12. This is his 6th game offensively. He started off the season playing a decent amount on the offensive side, but transitioned to a pitcher. Has been doing that all season. But is willing to get back on the hitting side of things if need be. That's low for ball 2. Champion, 19 years old, from Laguna Niguel, California, a bit south of Irvine, in the Orange County area. Fouls that one away. Off to the right side, it's 2-2. And 2 for 12 in 5 games so far, now 2 for 13 after his first at-bat today. 4 strikeouts. Doesn't have an RBI yet this season. Could get his first with Sable on second. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good breaking ball from Schramm gets Champion to swing and miss. That's his first strikeout of the day, Schramm, and that is out number 2. Sable's still on second. Braden Oram has a base hit already today. 1 for 1. First pitch from Schramm. Another breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Oram, 13th hit in his first at-bat. Has as many hits now in this series as he did in his last one against Bend. 1 for 9. 3 walks, though. He'd find a way to reach as that's inside for ball 1. Usually Oram swings at a lot of those inside pitches. That's some good launch angle on the high cheese. One in the turf. Good block from Batanko, and it's 2-1. Oram, Lower Columbia 2 seasons before this next fall at MSU Denver. Hit 282 in 50 games with the Red Devils. Had a lot of Lower Columbia guys here with the Black Bears. Makes sense, we're playing at their stadium. 2-1. Is low for ball 3. Hit 286 his freshman year last season. Played with the Dub C Fish Sticks as well. 264 in 31 games. Hit 3 home runs with Lower Columbia. I wonder how many of those were here at David Story Field. 3-1. And that is a grounder back to Schramm. He'll throw on to first. And it's in time for out number 3. So the leadoff walk to Sable. He advances a second but doesn't come around. The Black Bears still down by 1. It's 4-3, heading to the top of the 5th.
Hey there, everyone. It's me, the voice of summer. And I'm here to talk to you about the Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes by Fiber Federal Credit Union. It's good, clean fun in the sun where some lucky member could win bigger than a giant wave off Maui. So roll out the blanket, put some surf tunes on, and use your Fiber debit card to catch your share of our $9,000 plus prize wave. Every time you use your Fiber debit card for a purchase of $5 or more, you'll be entered into our Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes. Like the sea, you know, with water and swimsuits. 3 Fiber family members each week will win $100, and 1 member will win the $5,000 grand prize October 1st. Whew, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about all the cha-chaing I can do with that moolah. Visit fibercu.com/sweepstakes for the official rules, and cowabunga if you must. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. No purchase necessary to win. Federally insured by NCUA.
Orem back out there, as it is a 4-3 Elks lead still here on the top of the 5th inning. Denny Salvione leads off. Salvione, Betove, and Wynn Gurney here against Orem. He'll show bunt, drop it down, but it will go foul. Well, Salvione has a strikeout looking, a third of 6 strikeouts for Fawcett in his outing. Strikeout looking. 5 of the 6 strikeouts for Fawcett were looking. You don't see that too often. You see a lot of swings and misses. 0-1. Fly ball into right field. Offenroth under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. The first guy retired in Salvione. That'll bring up Brody Betove. Well, Betove has struck out twice. Both of them looking, both against Fawcett as he swings and misses, and it's strike 1. Well, Betove was the number 7 outfielder ranked in Ontario via Perfect Game. I didn't even know Perfect Game ranked Ontario guys. That's roped into right field, and it's a base hit for Betove. Well, each team now with 6 hits after the Betove single. That's his first hit of the day. He's now 1 for 3, and that'll bring up Wynn Gurney. Wynn Gurney also has 2 strikeouts on the day, 0 for 2. 1 looking in the first, 1 swinging in the third. And both, again, against Fawcett. First pitch from Orem is fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Oh, Black Bears with their win yesterday, now 7-14 at home. On the other side, the Elks are 8-11 on the road. Elks are a bit closer in the West Coast League standings than the Black Bears. Overtook them in that series last week. They're now 10-8 in the second half. Black Bears are 8-8. So they could make things interesting here with a couple wins. That's fouled away, and it's 0-2. Every team's still in contention, even the Pippins, who were 3-12 in the second half. They're 9 games back. They have a chance. Everybody has a chance here. The Pickles are the Pickles. It's all about beating Corvallis, though, for the Black Bears. That's low and away, and it's 1-2 because the Black Bears can no longer have a couple of the best records in the league to try and get that one. I think that's over and done with, so I think their only way to get to playoffs is to win the second half. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts for Gurney, and that's 2 for Orem, and that's 8 for the squad. On the pitching side, that's out number 2. A lot of that's. That'll bring up Obatanko has a strikeout himself. Has a double. Came around to score in the second inning. Struck out looking in the third. Now here with 2 outs and a man on first in the 5th inning. For a 4-3 game already, it's been quite a quick one. Throw back to first is not in time. They had him. It was a late reaction on the dive back to first from Betove, and Anderson made it seem like he wanted that call. It was very close, but Jacob Fisher, the bases umpire, calls him safe. I think it helps that he doesn't have too big of a lead off of first. 3 for 3 on steals, though. That's ripped into left field, and that'll drop in, get all the way to the fence. Rounding second is Betove. He will get stopped at third, and it's a double for Noah Batenko, his second double of the day. And that's runners on second and third with 2 outs. Now Batenko hitting the ball quite well here in his second game of the season. He's got 2 doubles, his first 2 doubles of the season. Zach Carlson a chance to put another dent into this offense for the Bend Elks. He's already driven in 2. Now his runners at second and third. He swings and misses, though. It's strike 1. From South Jordan, Utah. Went to Juan Diego Catholic High School, hit .429 in his senior season. Was actually ranked the #1 overall prospect out of high school, according to Perfect Games rankings. #9 overall. Ends up going to Evanston for Northwestern. Called strike 2, and Orem's 1 strike away from keeping it a 1-run lead for the Elks. Already 8 strikeouts in this game for Black Bears pitching. Carlson doesn't have one of those strikeouts. It's mostly been through the 4 through 8 guys. 4 through 8 guys have combined for 7 strikeouts. 0-2. That's a chopper over to first. Anderson will pick it up, and he's right on the bag. He'll tag it for out number 3. Another scoreless frame for Orem as he's pitching pretty well out of the bullpen. We're halfway home here at the DSF. It is 4-3. Bend has the lead.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do. Bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Both of you, whatever works, guys.
And speaking of giveaways, we have a winner for the Fiber Federal Credit Union gift basket. Gary Chisholm. Gary Chisholm, you are the winner. Head over to the Fiber Federal Credit Union booth over there to get your prize. Gary Chisholm, you are the winner. Hey, Black Bear fans, swing by the merch stand on the third base side and check out our all new lineup of Black Bears gear.
Welcome to the bottom of the 5th inning. Elks have a 4-3 lead as Schramm is still out there. He's given up the 3 earned, but he will definitely eat some innings. The Bend Elks are a bit short on pitching. They only have about 10 or 11 guys on the pitching side, so a lot of their guys usually go into the later frames. On the other side, the Black Bears tend to take their guys out quite early. So it's a very interesting dynamic between these two teams. Top of the lineup for the Bears, Priest, Barrett, Crane. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning, Black Bears staying in this one, only down 1. Schramm definitely doing better than he did in his last outing, but his last outing was probably his worst. 7 earned, 11 hits. Right down the middle for strike 1 to Priest. A bit of a chilly one today, 68 right now. Wind blowing in, not too great for the hitters. It's a slow chopper over to short. Salvione's going to have to work quick, and he does as he gets the out at first. That's always going to be a quick work when you're facing off against Priest, but Salvion's able to get the job done, and that's out number 1. Liam Barrett, his third at bat, he singled in the third, came around to score, flew out to left field in the first. First pitch. Bit low, and it's 1-0. And nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Elks. There's somebody up in the Black Bears bullpen, though. See who that is after this pitch. A little bit outside, and it's 2-0. Looks to be a lefty. Looks to be Alex Buchanan, quite possibly. 2-0. That one is called strike 1. Liam Barrett not too big of a fan of that call. So the Black Bears have 8 strikeouts in this game. They had 33 in the series against the Raptors. So they're definitely trying to keep themselves out of that last place position in the West Coast League. They're still last, even though they had 33 strikeouts. They have 8 today. They were so far behind in strikeouts that even the amount of strikeouts we've had in the past 4 games is not enough to keep them out of that last place spot. 2-2's a bit high, and it's 3-2. Well, we know how it is with Liam Barrett and his walks. Does it a lot, 17 this season compared to 10 strikeouts. A good walk to strikeout ratio. If he walks here, would be tied with Poffenroth for the team lead. And that's exactly what he'll do, as that's ball 4. 18 walks on the season for Barrett. Reties with Poff for the team lead, and he's on first with 1 out.
Now batting for the Black Bears, the second baseman,
Barrett, a very patient hitter. Jeremiah Crane for his third at bat. Drove in the first run for the Bears today and grounded out to third in the third. Has a man on first with 1 out. Go back to first is not in time. Liam Barrett 2 for 4 on steals. Got caught stealing in game 1 of the Ridgefield series on Tuesday. Now 50% on steals so far this season. First pitch fouled back to the netting, and it's 0-1. Alex Buchanan is no longer warming up. That was quick. Crane, UC Santa Barbara, a lot of UCSB guys. Now 3 of them because Jack Meissner is no longer here. Grounder up the middle over to Solano. He'll just toss to second, but it will be dropped. So everyone will be safe. An interesting play. It was a good play. Solano ranging to his right, but just wasn't able to make the play. And see if that's an error or not. Either way, Indy Anderson, he's already driven in 2. He's now up with 2 on for the second time. That will be called a base hit. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. So Crane, with that infield single, has now increased his hitting streak to 8 games. Benefits everybody. No error on the other side, and the hit for Crane. Now 2 on. 2 gauchos on for Anderson. 0-1. Outside, and it's 1-1. So Anderson 1 for 2, but did make it a 4-3 game, and that's where we stand now. So after a lot of early scoring, it's been a bunch of nothing so far for the offenses on both sides. Steps off the backside. No throw as no one was covering. Saw Ridgefield do a play where no one was covering and the pitcher just kind of lobbed it into the turf. Such a weird play. I don't know. Anderson really hits it to all fields against righties. There's a fly ball into center field. Zach Carlson is under it, and he'll make the grab. No tag from second for Liam Barrett, as that's out number 2. That'll bring up Sable. No, it will bring up Poffenroth. Sable's on deck. Well, Poffenroth, 1 for 2, has himself a base hit. A lot of hits, actually. 7 hits for the Black Bears. Nobody has 2 hits, so there's just 7 guys in the starting lineup, each with 1 hit each. Serrano and Champion, the only 2 without 1. First pitch to Poff is going to be called strike 1. Skagit Valley, in his freshman year this season, will be back there starting in mid-September, just like UCSB and Crane and Barrett. Skagit Valley starts with the quarter system, so they start a little bit later and they end a little bit later in June. Fouled back to the netting, and it's 0-2. Hopefully good for that, for the team, meaning that they will be here the rest of the season, we hope. I did ask Jarrett Sable if he was leaving anytime soon, and he said he's here for the rest of the season, so we at least have him. 0-2. There's a grounder up too short. It's bobbled by Salvione, and his flip is way off, and everybody will reach. Oh, Salvione, it was hit very hard by Poffenroth. And allows everybody to stay safe, and the bases are now loaded. That one will be called an error. That's short by Salvione. Salvione committed 3 errors in one game on Sunday, last Sunday when the Black Bears were at Bend. Got taken out for Teddy Tokheim, and now he's got an error here today. Could be detrimental for the Elks. Well, still a chance for Schramm to get out of this one if you can get Sable here with 2 outs. That's grounded up the middle and into center field. That is through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Crane going for the plate, and the tag is laid on Crane. It's out number 3. Well, either way, Sable has his second hit of the day, and we're tied up at 4 as Barrett comes in to score. We head to the top of the 6th inning, and we have a brand new ball game, tied up at 4 in David Story Field.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Great job, kids. Hey, Black Bear fans, our team visits the local Snap Fitness to keep in shape during the season. You can
Top 3 in the order, Black Bears. Tomorrow, July the 26th, against the Elks, is going to be a Stein Glass giveaway. Thanks to our friends at the Odom Corporation, we'll be giving away Stein Glasses to the first 100 fans 21 and older at the gates. Get here early and pick up your souvenir Stein Glass. You have to be 21 or older because the Stein Glass is for beer, and according to American law, you have to be 21 to drink beer. Sorry, rules the rules. I don't make them. Lafitte Solano Sniffin leads off in the top of the 6th inning. Camden Orem is still out there. He's been pitching pretty well. Has given up 2 hits in the last inning, but got Carlson to ground out to Anderson at first to get out of that one. Jack Lafitte leads it off. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Has reached twice, though. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Grounded out to short in the first, singled in the second, reached on an error at third in the fourth. Black Bears have 2 errors on the day. They're up to 68 on the season. Outside, and it's 2-0. Only 2 walks for Black Bears pitching. Both of them came in the first. That's a fly ball into shallow right field. Heading into foul ground, Anderson will make the running grab for out number 1. Lafitte retired, and that'll bring up Benji Solano. Something a little bit weird about this 12-7 game from yesterday between the Elks and the Sweets. The Sweets scored 1 run in 7 innings. That's how they got their 7 runs, and they still lost by 5. So that's outside to Solano for ball 1. Also a bit weird. The Elks lost the first 2 games, but out-hit the Sweets, and they won game 3 and got out-hit by the Sweets, 14-13. Very interesting. You know baseball. It's just baseball. You just excuse everything. It's just baseball. Inside, it's just baseball. Ball 2. Solano 1 for 2. Has reached in all 3 of his at-bats. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2 as Solano seemed to have almost let go of the bat on that swing. One hand came off. We saw Cisneros yesterday let go of the bat, fling it into the netting. Fortunately, no one was hurt, as usual when the bat goes flying. Outside, and that's ball 3. But the Elks and the Sweets are very close in the standings, both of them fighting for a playoff spot. 3-2. There's a fly ball into left field. Liam Barrett making a run at it. It will fall in fair territory and be caught out there by Barrett. Out number 2. 2 straight flyouts. It's kind of crazy, at least from this perspective, the lines, the white lines and like the foul lines are very visible in the infield and then just disappear. First pitch swinging, it's off the glove of Champion over to Orem, and he won't even attempt to throw, as Makoa Sniffen will reach. Well, good effort at third by Champion. So he at least made it somewhat doable, but by the time Orem had it, Sniffen was about 3 steps away from reaching the bag. It will be counted as a single, though. So Sniffen now 2 for 4 on the day, and that'll bring up Vandenbrink. First pitch from Orem. Runner goes in Sniffen. Throw on to second is not in time. Now get this. Sniffen, that was his 17th stolen base. Leads the team by a wide margin in stolen bases, and this is also a team that is 4th in steals, 94 now on this season, and they barely get caught stealing. They've only been caught 10 times. Gets past Serrano, and taking third is Sniffen. 94 steals. You've been caught 10 times. Sniffen himself is 17 for 17. So this is a team that knows when to steal, and they just are unable to get caught. That was not a steal, though, taking third. That was a wild pitch. 2-0. Is low for ball 3. Vinny Salvione on deck. Almost 2 hours into this one here in the top of the 6th. 3-0 is called strike 1. As Vandenbrink flipped his bat way over towards the on-deck circle as he did when he walked back in the first inning. Feels like we see that a lot. See a lot of the batters thinking it's ball 4, gets called strike 1. Swung on and missed, and it's 3-2. Now all of a sudden, Van Brink in a whole different situation. He's getting ready to go to first, now has to fight here. 3-2 with 2 outs. Sniffing on third, his single, stolen base, reached, advanced to third on the wild pitch. Now the payoff. Fly ball into left field. It'll be Liam Barrett's to grab, and he will make the grab for out number 3. Another nice scoreless frame for Camden Orem. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Elks, Bears tied up at 4 apiece.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
577-7200. Weather Guard. Saturday, August 2nd. The night that you've been waiting for is almost here. Corby's 2025 bobblehead giveaway presented by Dick Hanna Toyota. First 500 fans through the gates on Saturday, August 2nd. You score this one-of-a-kind collectible, so don't be late. It's also Fan Appreciation Night as we celebrate 15 amazing years of Black Bear baseball. Turning the spotlight on you with giveaways every inning, courtesy of our incredible community partners. Grab your tickets now
You got the radio uniform.
at collegeblackbears.com.
Well, the hoodie has come on. It is chilly, very chilly. 66 degrees, bit windy. Wouldn't want it any other way, though. Love a good chilly day, especially when it's usually very hot in the middle of July. Martin Serrano leads it off. Justin Schramm is back out there for his 6th inning. Giving up 4 earned on 8 hits. But someone's got to eat the innings. Fouled back, and it's 0-1. Well, Bend, even though they gave up 7 runs, they only used 2 pitchers yesterday. Dom Justino threw 4 innings. Kyler Bacosa threw 5, ended up getting the victory. So both of these teams are coming off of games in which they only use 2 pitchers. Might be a issue with the communication device for the Elks and Batanko behind the plate. Seen that a couple times already. Serrano is 0 for 2, has 2 groundouts, both of which advancing Sable to second base after he is 2 for 2. Singled in the tying run to end the 5th after Crane got thrown out at home. Would have given the Bears the lead, but still a tie game. 4 runs, 8 hits from each squad. Grounder into the dugout of the Elks, and that's 0-2. Serrano is prone to striking out somewhat, has 9 so far in 6 games. 0-2. That is a leaping grab at third by Sniffin. Great catch over there at third. Rakoa Sniffin. That's out number 1. Well, Serrano gave it a good ride to the opposite field. Serrano says no. Sniffin says no. Serrano hit the ball. Can't confirm. Matt Champion ready to go. He is popped out to the pitcher Schramm and struck out swinging. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So Champion, his strikeout swinging in the 4th inning was the only strikeout that Schramm has so far today. 1 strikeout, 2 walks. It's gotten a lot of contact. This is a team that is last in strikeouts on the hitting and pitching side. So they do make a lot of contact, but now it's 0-2 against Champion. 0-2 pitch. Way in the turf. Gets past Batanko all the way to the screen, and it's 1-2. Worm on deck will grab it. Sun setting here at David Story Field. I have a feeling we're not going to beat the sun again this season. It keeps just setting way too early. You know, it was setting at like 9:30, 10 at the start of the season. Now it's setting at 8:45. We can't beat that. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Champion goes down swinging again. And that is out number 2. 2 strikeouts for Schramm, both of which have come to Champion. So he is now 0 for 3. That'll bring up Braden Oram. Oram hit a single in the 3rd inning. Grounded back to Schramm in the 4th. Now you're in the 6th. First pitch. Another one in the turf. Gets past Batanko, and it's ball 1. Well, this is the longest that Schramm has gone into a game. 5 2/3. He's gone 5 in 2 separate occasions, both of which coming against the Marion Berries for some odd reason, as that swung on and missed for strike 1. Went 5 against the Berries on July the 8th. 5 scoreless, in fact. And 5 scoreless again on June the 24th. So he just really pitches well against the Berries. 1-1 outside, and it's 2-1. Schramm was born in Wilsonville, Oregon, but grew up in Bend, so playing for his hometown team. Went to Wilsonville High School. 2-1. A little bit low, and it's 3-1. Only 2 walks for Schramm. Brings his walk total up to 21, now with 24 strikeouts after the 2 against Champion. Top of the lineup and Matt Priest on deck. 3-1. Is inside for ball 4. So 3 walks now for Schramm. Oram reaches for the 2nd time. And it's back to the number 1 spot, Matt Priest.
Blackbears are back to the top of the lineup. With center fielder number 26, Matt Priest.
Well, the Black Bears only have 1 extra base hit today out of their 8 hits, and that came to Matt Priest to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. Ended up coming around to score on the Jeremiah Crane sac fly. Has a man on first here with 2 outs. Black Bears trying to take the lead. He swings at a high fastball and fouls it off to the left side. Running after to Sniffin, but it will get out of play. That was a very high fastball that he swung at. 1 for 3, that double is only hit. Did reach on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and ended up scoring on the Indy Anderson 2-run single. I grounded out to Salvionage short in the 5th inning. 0-1 is called strike 2. Another fastball. Throw back to first is not in time. Priest does tend to hit some pitches the opposite field against righties with 2 strikes. Maybe he's just trying to fight off some pitches. 0-2. Fought that one off and got a piece of it. Back to the boards, and it'll stay at 2-2. Hitting it at 200 and 0-2 counts. Runner on first and Oram after the walk. The Elks trying to get to a 7th inning. Still tied up at 4, 0-2 again. Breaking ball is fouled off to the right. A good fight here from Priest. And he'll try and face another 0-2. And Priest swings and misses at a lot of inside pitches. Let's get some good exit velo on the low cheese, though. That's low and away, but no swing from Priest, and it's 1-2. Priest going to be going to Pullman, Washington State next season after his gameless season with the USC Trojans. 1-2, runner goes. That's high for ball 2. Throw on to second is not in time. Orem steals second base, his second steal of the season, and he's into scoring position with 2 outs. It'll be somewhat of a pitch out. It was a high fastball. Allowed Batanko to get up quite quickly, but Orem did get a very good jump off the pitch of Schramm. Now he's on second base, getting covered over there by Solano. 2-2. 2-2 will hit Priest on the elbow guard as he'll take first. So 0-2 to a hit by pitch for Priest as he's now on first. 2 on with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Liam Barrett. Liam Barrett steps to the dish, having gone 1 for 2 so far today. With a walk, he scored twice. He's been a good part of this offense. He went 0 for 7 in his last 2 games, but has been doing good offensively today. Big part of the reason that we're tied up at 4. There's a chance to give them the lead, too. With a base hit. First pitch from Schramm is going to be called strike 1 on the outside corner. Good painted fastball from Schramm. Jeremiah Crane on deck. Nobody warming up in the Elks bullpen. Bit of a diminished bullpen for the Elks. 0-1 is going to have to wait as he steps off the backside. Orem heads back to second base. He already has a stolen base in this inning. Still second. Priest ended up taking first either way on the hit by pitch. 0-1. That is just outside for ball 1. Looked to be in about the same spot as the first strike call. Maybe a little bit more outside, but he is definitely looking to stay in that area, Schramm. One. That one's in the turf, and running is Orem. Throw on to third is not in time. Orem was waiting for the moment it got bobbled, took advantage, and he takes third. Some great base running from Orem. And now he's 90 feet away from giving the Bears the lead. Priest didn't run. He's still at first, but wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take second here with the open base. Not too big of a lead off of first, getting covered there by Vandenbrink. 2 righty throwing first baseman in this game. 2-1. There's a fly ball into left center field. Carlson ranging, and he will make the sliding grab for out number 3. So it is a scoreless 6th inning for Schramm as he's able to get out of the first and third jam into the bottom half of, the top of the 7th. We're going through this game quite quick. Still tied up at 4, though, between the Elks and the Bears.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Is more than just a game. It's a night you'll never forget. Join us for a anniversary. Closing the book on 15 unforgettable years right here in Collins County. With thanks from our friends from Peace Health and the Daily News, all kids 12 and under will get a
Saturday, August 2nd is a Corby bobblehead giveaway. Head to the ballpark early and be a part of the first 500 fans through the gates to pick up your one-of-a-kind collectible presented by Dick Hanna Toyota. It will also be Fan Appreciation Night. Wrap up our historic 15th season with a fun night of giveaways every inning from our generous sponsors. Stop by the merge booth and enter your name to the drawing, and you could go home a winner. Corby bobblehead, the second to last game for the Bears at David Story Field. The final game, Sunday, August the 3rd, but August 2nd. 6:35 as the Black Bears take on the Yakima Valley Pippins. And a bit of an announcement, the final game, Sunday, August 3rd, has been moved from a 1:05 first pitch to a 6:05 first pitch in order to honor the last game in David Story Field for the Black Bears. It will now be 6:05. Orem back out there and shows bunt on the first pitch. It will be caught by Serrano for out number one. One pitch, one out as the failed bunt attempt for Vinny Salvione is out number one. Brody Batove is the next man up. I would do the West Coast League scores, but I don't know them because the point streak isn't working. Grounder to Anderson and flip to Orem for out number two. Going through this quick, are we? 2 pitches, 2 outs. Well, Orem pitching great out of the bullpen. Looking like his early season self. Win Gurney has struck out 3 times, 0 for 3. 1 strikeout away from the Golden Sombrero. Haven't seen many of those this season. So that's outside for ball 1. This is the longest outing since May the 30th for Camden Orem, as that's called strike 1. Orem went 3 2/3 against Portland on May the 30th, has gone 3 2/3 here today. So if he gets this out, this will be his longest outing of the season. And it's been a very good one, to say the least. Has not given up an earned run so far, or a run in general. 1-2. Low and away, and it's 2-2. Orem seemed to be a little upset with himself, getting that one to miss low and away. 2-2. Strike 3 called. How about that? An efficient inning for Camden Orem, his 3rd strikeout of the day. Strikeout number 9 for the Black Bears, and it's time to stretch here at David Story Field. Bears, Elks in a close one, as usual, 4-4.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
New pitcher for Ben.
Baseball. I don't know how Anthony doesn't know baseball whole, but he knows some lefty, all this stuff. Other stuff. I know all the words to this song. He's like, Sean, I don't know how to play baseball. How am I going to do this?
It is important to stretch. It is very important to stretch. And if you don't, well, that's really, I don't really have a choice, actually. I can't really do anything if you don't stretch. But please do. Please do. It is crucial to everyday life in order to, you know, keep your muscles and stuff in loose and good shape. New pitcher is Trent Farnham for the Bend Elks, as Justin Schramm had a good end to his outing. Still 4 earned in 6 innings, 8 hits. Struck out 2, walked 3. First pitch is low to Crane, who's leading off the bottom of the 7th. Farnham has played 2 games in the regular season, one of which coming against Cowlitz, his season debut. Pitched a scoreless inning back last Saturday. Fly ball into left field. Win Gurney will make the grab for out number 1. Win Gurney with his strikeout is now 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, an official golden sombrero for Gurney out in left field. Haven't seen that too much, but it has officially happened. Has a chance for 5, though. He could possibly come up again, maybe in the top of the 9th. Either way, 1 out. Indy Anderson here against Farnham. Outside, and it's 1-0. Second outing for Farnham was against Walla Walla a couple days back on Tuesday. 2 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, earned the loss. This is his 3rd game. 1-0 outside, and it's 2-0. 3 walks to 1 strikeout for Farnham so far in his short sample size. As a fastball, sinker, slider, sweeper combination. 4-pitch mix, but really doesn't throw the fastball too hard. 79 to 81, but has some good run to it. That's outside for ball 3. Goes the fastball, though, around 56.8% of the time, with the other 3 pitches in the 10 to 15% range. 3-0 to Indy is called strike 1. And Anderson taking all the way. Farnham spent his first 2 collegiate seasons at De Anza College. Sophomore year, pitched to a 6.23 ERA in 26 innings. 3-1 is a foul tip into the glove of Batanko for strike 2. Batanko. Been saying it all game. I don't know why I messed it up that time. But Farnham is committed to Missouri Valley College for next season after entering the portal. 3-2. Foul ground could be playable for Sniffin, and he'll make the running grab at the netting for out number 2. So 2 flyouts for Farnham. He's retired the first 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, we could be getting close to another walk-off. How about that? Two straight? That'd be kind of fun. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it would be fun. First pitch to Poffenroth from Farnham. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Black Bears. Take a look-see at who that is. It's Kieran Markison. So we'll see how much of a leash Orem gets, or if he even comes out for the next inning. He's been pitching very well. That's called strike 2. And Farnham already 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 frame. The Elks have not pitched a 1-2-3 all game. Closest they've had was the 4th inning, in which there was a leadoff walk. Grounder over to short. Salvione throws it on to first. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Farnham. Makes quick work of the 3, 4, 5 guys in the Black Bears order as we head to the top of the 8th. Still tied up at 4.
Hey there, everyone. It's me, the voice of summer. And I'm here to talk to you about the Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes by Fiber Federal Credit Union. It's good, clean fun in the sun where some lucky member could win bigger than a giant wave off Maui. So roll out the blanket, Put some surf tunes on and use your Fiber debit card to catch your share of our $9,000 plus prize wave. Every time you use your Fiber debit card for a purchase of $5 or more, you'll be entered into our Seize the Debit Summer Sweepstakes. Like the sea, you know, with water and swimsuits. 3 Fiber family members each week will win $100, and one member will win the $5,000 grand prize October 1st. Whew, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about all the cha-chaing I can do with that moolah. Visit fibercu.com/sweepstakes for the official rules, and cowabunga if you must. Fiber Federal Credit Union. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union. Odds of winning depend on number of entries received. No purchase necessary to win. Federally insured by NCUA.
Home team 100.7 KLOG as the area's only full-time live and local news team. Number 1 for today's country and all of your all-time favorites. Lincoln Country is the number 1 station.
It is the top of the 8th. I really wish I could see the other scores in the West Coast League, but I'm unable to, unfortunately. Shout out point streak. New pitcher in the game is Kieran Markison for the Black Bears. Orem, 4 scoreless innings. Very good job from him in middle relief, long middle relief. Probably his best outing of the season, especially since it was his longest and he did not give up any runs. Still tied up at 4, though. Kieran Markison will try to keep things tied up at 4. He'll be facing off against Patenko, Zach Carlson, and Jack Lafitte in the top of the lineup for his 5th at-bat in the top of the 8th inning. Markison is 13th game of the season. 5.31 ERA in 22 innings. Last pitched against Bend. Gave up 5 hits in 1 1/3. No earned runs, though. No walks, no strikeouts. Did not pitch in the Richfield series. First pitch is fouled away by Batenko. He is hitting very well today. 2 for 3, 2 doubles. Sandwich in between a strikeout looking. Was the 6th and final strikeout for Fawcett. He pitched very well. And though he did give up the 4 runs, not involved in the decision as we're still tied. 0-1 is outside for ball 2, for ball 1. Markison also, like Farnham, doesn't pitch too fast. Fastball at 81 to 82, but has a curveball changeup slider that he can use to manipulate timing. That is just low, and it's 2-1. Very slow curveball, 66 to 68. As well as a slider. So a lot of difference in velo between his fastball and the off speed, just around 8 to 10 miles per hour. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Well, the longest Markison's gone in an outing is 3 innings. He did that twice against Port Angeles on June the 25th. 3 innings, 2 earned, 8 hits in the 10-6 loss in the 11th, so they did need his long relief outing. Springfield, he threw 3 scoreless, though, on July the 6th, as that's low for ball 3. Well, Markison doesn't strike out many guys, also doesn't walk too many. 10 strikeouts, only 3 walks. It's mostly the hits he gives up it's been the issue this season, 33 of them. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 11 Ks for Markison, 10 today for Black Bears pitching. And that's the first out in the top of the 8th. So this has kind of been like game 1 of the last series for the Elks. Scored a lot in the beginning, scored 4, and they've yet to put anything on the board since. Carlson, that 2-run homer, he shows bunt, drops it down. It will roll foul, and good patience by Serrano letting that one roll. If it stayed fair, though, Carlson would have definitely had an infield single. Markison, 4.55 ERA and 55 1/3 at Skagit Valley this season. His freshman year, along with Poffenroth and Lamb. He's only gotten 1 at bat this season. 0-1's low, and it's 1-1. He was a starter, though, with Skagit Valley. He's been in the bullpen all season here with the Bears. Pitched only 2 1/3 last season in the West Coast League. That was with the Bellingham Bells. That one's fouled off to the left out of play, and it's 1-2. From Blaine, Washington, so fairly close to Bellingham. Blaine's right on the border between the U.S. and Canada, so just a little bit south is Bellingham, and all the way down here now with the Bears. 1-2 is fouled away. They'll remain 1-2, so Batenko strike out. Now one strike away from another one is Marcuson. Skagit Valley finished 20-25, lost in the NWAC Super Regional against Chemeketa. It's a grounder up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So Carlson now 2 for 4. Had the home run in the second inning. Now the single here in the 8th. He's on first with 1 out and is back to the top of the order in Jack Lafitte. And Jack Lafitte committed to Michigan from Pacific Palisades, California. Went to Harvard Westlake High School this season. First team All-League. Kind of have to be if you're committed to Michigan. Big hack and a miss for Lafitte, and it's 0-1. He's 1 for 4 so far today. Singled in the second inning. His only base hit has reached twice. Reached in the 4th on the air at third by Champion. Throw back is not in time. A little bit of a late reaction from Carlson, but he's still able to make it back. Not too big of a lead off of first. He is 2 for 3 on steals so far this season. If he was at Harvard Westlake, that was the team in which Max Fried, Lucas Giolito, and Jack Flaherty were all teammates. They produced a lot of good baseball players. Curveball is throw to second, and in time! Great throw on a hop from Serrano. And they get Carlson trying to steal second base. That's a big out number 2 on a great throw on a hop. Good catch and tag from Orem over there at second base, and that's 2 outs. And it's strike 2. Oh, all of a sudden, Marcuson 1 strike away from facing the minimum in the 8th. One, 2. That was a little in front of the curveball. Might have fooled him a little bit, but he does get a piece of it. Fouls it back to the netting. It'll remain 1-2. Ten strikeouts for Black Bears pitching. 1-2. In the turf. Good scoop from Serrano behind the plate, and it's 2-2. Benji Solano on deck. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. Has scored twice. 2-2. Another one fouled off. That one off to the right. We'll get into the college area, the campus, if you may. Still 2-2. Good at bat here from Lafitte. Two again. Off the end of the bat, a roller over to first base. Anderson will make the easy grab and touch first. And a 1-2-3 for Marcuson. Strikeout, nice caught stealing on a good throw from Serrano, and the ground out to first. We head to the bottom of the 8th. We are still tied up at 4.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
I was going to say, compared to the other ones, because that would suck out there. And you could get hurt. I mean, I had to look at it. It's heavy. It seems like it's not hard to mow. I mean, they got flowers out there. Yeah, I don't care, I guess. But the maintenance people are always here, so I don't know. I guess, you see me out there, I just mow. I get arrested. Hey, so on the 17th, you got to do, they give them a little extra time?
Bottom of the 8th. Still tied up at 4. This is a close one. In a battle between two teams that have played each other very close throughout now the first 4 games of their season series. Of course, the Elks won the 2 of the first 3. The Black Bears trying to take game 1 here at home. Done a good job at pitching. 5 scoreless ever since the second inning. Or 6 scoreless ever since the second inning. Orem and Markison pitching great in the bullpen, as did Thompson yesterday. Swung on and missed by Sable. And it's strike 1, so Farnham is back out there after throwing a 1-2-3 inning against Crane, Anderson, and Poffenroth. Now it'll be Sable, Serrano, and Champion looking to get something going here. Give the Bears the lead. 0-1 is fouled away off to the left side. It looks like it will head into the parking lot. And it's 0-2. Now a couple of exciting games to finish off the 15th season at David Story Field. Hopefully keeps on coming. Hopefully we keep on getting some Black Bears dubs. Of course, the 1-0 victory in 10 yesterday. That's ripped into right field for a base hit. I think it's safe to say the Sable slump is over. He's 3 for 3 on the day. 3 singles. So for the 3rd time, Serrano is up with Sable on first. And Serrano so far 0 for 3 today. This is his 4th at-bat. Has 2 groundouts and a line-out. A very good jump and grab at third by Makoa Sniffen. But before the first pitch, there's going to be a meeting at the mound between Batanko and Farnham. So Farnham has pitched a combined 46 1/3 in his 2 seasons at De Anza. We'll see in that bullpen. 14.16 ERA though his freshman season in 20 1/3. Gave up 44 hits and 32 earned runs. From Sunnyvale, California. Shows bunt Serrano as that's outside. Sable dives back into first after the attempt at a back pick over to first as Serrano did a bit of a matrix move to try and get out of the way of the throw. "1-0 showing bunt again as he pulls it back again. Back pick this time is real and it's not in time. So Sable getting a little too far off of first for Batanko's liking. And it's 2-0 against Farnham. Showing bunt again, Serrano, 2-0. He pulls it back and it's called ball 3. Batanko seems to be a little bit frustrated at the lack of strikes. Showing a little bit of emotion. Showing bunt again on 3-0. Pulls it back. It's called strike 1. No walks yet for Farnham, but 3 for Schramm in his outing. Bunt being showed again. 3-1. He'll drop it down. Throw on to second is into center field. So everybody will be safe. Batanko tried to get the leadoff man, and it doesn't work. Everybody is safe, and there's 2 on with nobody out. Holt Williams will come in as a pinch hitter for Matt Champion. So this will most likely mean that Nico Roselle will come in at third for Matt Champion, using both the guys on the bench. Of course, as mentioned, the Black Bears a limited bench. There's going to be a little meeting at the, I guess the on-deck circle, in front of the on-deck circle, between Serrano as well as Sable, Holt, the on-deck hitter, and Orem. All three coaches. Holt Williams in for his first at-bat. Champion finishes 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. That's 2 on with nobody out. Black Bears looking to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Could be a big spot for Holt as he shows bunt. Drops it back. It's called low ball 1. Well, everybody showing bunt, you know, the usual. The usual for Dan Spencer's squad. Bunt being shown again. Drops it down, but it goes foul. So Sable is at second after his single, and he advanced on the error by the catcher Batenko. 2 on, nobody out. Bunt will try and get both of these guys over for Orem. He shows it again, 1-1. He pulls it back, and it's low and away for ball 2. Well, at least for the time being, Black Bears are doing a good job at pulling away from their bunt attempts when they see pretty simple balls. 2-1 now. Bunt shown again. Drops it down the third base line, but foul. And it's 2-2, so that might eliminate the bunt attempt from Holt Williams. You know, it's a rarity we see somebody bunt on 2 strikes. We've seen it before this season, but probably like once or twice. It looks like Holt will try and swing away, sniffing up on the grass at third. 2-2. Outside, the count is full, 3-2. Walk here would load the bases for Orem. Would put the Black Bears in a prime position to take the lead. Possibly put in a closer in the top of the 9th. Now the 3-2 from Farnham. Crushed foul off to the left. Very close pitch. Good piece of hitting from Holt Williams. Just gets out in front of the curveball. It'll remain at 3-2. Sable on second, Serrano on first. Serrano's first time reaching. That on the air. Another payoff. That's a blooper over to first, and Vandenbrink will drop it. It'll land in foul territory. Good attempt from Vandenbrink, and Holt might have caught a break if he had caught that one. No advance from first nor second. He's still out there facing the 3-2. Just hit off of the glove, the end of the glove for Vandenbrink. And Holt's back up, ready to face another 3-2. Here's the pitch from Farnham. That's into right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Stopping at third is Sable. And everybody advances 90 feet. A clutch piece of hitting from Holt Williams. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Here we go, Braden Orem, bases loaded, infield all the way in on the Elks side of things. 90 feet away from taking the lead. Orem against his former team. Played with these guys for 15 games earlier in the year. First pitch is low for ball 1. Good poetry if he's able to do this against his former club. He knows a lot of these guys. Was with them up until late June. Came here, playing 18 games. This is his 19th. 13 hits now. On the season, the 1-0. That's a grounder. Sliding grab from Sniffin. Throw to home for one. On to first is not in time. So they get the lead off. They're the lead runner in Sable at home. As everybody will just trade places. Sable's out at the play. There's still just one out, and it'll be Matt Priest. Now it's Serrano on third, Holt Williams at second, Orem at first. Even with the double play still possible, all the infield is still in for the Elks. A bit of a risky move for them. Usually the middle infield would move back into double play depth. Looking for a squeeze is Priest, and it's called strike one. Bit of a risky play. Priest does have speed, but you're going to have to try and get a bunt down perfectly in order to get the lead runner out at home. Infield still in. 0-1. Grounder foul down the third base line, and it's 0-2. Oh, it would be a very big second out for the Elks if Priest gets out here without anybody coming around to score. Bases loaded, one out. After the ground out to Sniffin from Orem. 0-2. Another grounder over to short. Throw on to home is going to get away. And one run will come in. Two runs will come in. Heading to second is Priest. And the Black Bears have taken a 6-4 lead. Salvione couldn't handle the grounder. And he throws it, gets kicked around by Serrano heading to the plate. And Holt Williams is able to come in. Matt Priest is able to bring in two. It will be an error at short. So those RBIs will not actually count, but he's at second now with Orem at third. Liam Barrett now looking for some insurance against Farnham as that's outside for ball one. 6-4. Black Bears have taken the lead, taking advantage of 3 errors from the Elks so far today. They had 4 errors yesterday in the game against the Sweets. 1-0. Outside, and it's 2-0. Crane on deck. Liam Barrett is 1 for 3. Scored twice, has a single. And they will intentionally walk Liam Barrett. So that'll load him up again for Jeremiah Crane. Black Bears have already scored 2. Crane has a chance to blow this one open here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runs already in. Black Bears have a 6-4 lead. Bases loaded. Orem on third, Priest on second, Barrett at first. After the intentional walk, first pitch. That's ripped into left field. That's going to get past Gurney and all the way to the fence. 1 run is in. Priest will come in to score. Stopping at third is Barrett. It's a 2 RBI double for Jeremiah Crane. And the Black Bears have taken an 8-4 lead in the 8th. How about a 4-run lead, a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th, and they might not be done. There's still only 1 out. Indy Anderson, 2 on in scoring position. Could get some more insurance. Grounder to Sniffin. He'll check third, throw on to first is in time, and that's out number 2. Jeremiah Crane when it matters most. He's on second. Liam Barrett on third. Gavin Poffenroth ready to go for his 5th at-bat. Sable led off the 8th with a single. He's now on deck, ready for his 2nd at-bat of the inning. First pitch from Farnham to Poffenroth is called strike one. Black Bears are looking to tie the season series up at 2 apiece. And are in a very good position to do so. 0-1. A little bit low, and it's 1-1. Poffenroth is 1 for 4. Has a single in the third. Reached on an error in the fifth. Otherwise, 2 groundouts to Salvione at short. One. Just low and away for ball 2. Wonder if they'll intentionally walk him or not here. Maybe they did it only because there was just 1 out. But that intentional walk is now at third and Liam Barrett. 2-1. Low and away as Batanko reaches out to make that catch and possibly saves a run from coming in. 3-1 now to Poff. Now the 3-1. Inside ball 4, and Gavin Poffenroth will take the base on balls. That'll load him back up, and the Black Bears have officially batted around here in the bottom of the 8th. Sable led off the inning with a single. Got thrown out at home, but he's back now with the bases loaded. Ready to go. Has 3 hits on the day, his 3 for 3, with a walk. Having one of his best games offensively this season. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. He has driven in a run with one of his singles. That came back in the 5th inning. Ended up tying the game at 4. 4th spot in the 8th has made it an 8-4. Bears lead 0-1. Bit high, and it's 1-1. Barrett on third, Crane on second. After the walk, Poffenroth on first. Now the 1-1. Fouls one back to the boards, and it's 1-2. Well, Sable looking to get some insurance. Black Bears are up 4, so they've gone from tied to out of a save situation. Might just see Markison pitch the 9th. Save some pitching for tomorrow. Black Bears have only used 3 pitchers today. Fawcett, Orem, Markison. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Sable goes down swinging. First strikeout of the day for Farnham, but 4 runs come in for the Black Bears, including a absolutely clutch 2 RBI double for Jeremiah Crane to give them some insurance. We head to the 9th inning. Black Bears all of a sudden 3 outs away from taking game 1 of the series.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Guy, man, you have to hit a couple bunch of people to get warmed up. Well, same with that guy from Castle Rock, right? Yeah, that guy's a little wild too. Big tall guy, blonde, mullet kind of thing. Yeah.
Defensive change for the Black Bears. Now at third base from Utah Valley University, number 4, Nico Rosell.
Top of the 9th. as mentioned, Nico Roselle is at third for Matt Champion, so the bench is empty for the Black Bears. All two guys are now in the game. Serrano, though, still behind the plate. Holt Williams is out of the game after his single. His single also was very, very clutch after multiple foul balls in a 3-2 count. Markison is out there. Possibly would have changed pitchers if the game was a little closer, but 4-run lead is pretty comfortable for the Black Bears, especially with how their pitching has been the last couple of days. 6 straight scoreless innings ever since that three-run second inning. Called strike one. Now the Black Bears were down 4-1, now have scored 7 unanswered and have made it an 8-4 lead. 1-1 to Benji Solano, called strike 2. Good pitch from Markison. Well, this score holds. Black Bears would move to 8-14 at home. Grounder over to first as Indy Anderson will flip it over to Markison, covering for out number 1. Those PFPs are working out. Not working out, man. Telling you, you gotta work on your PFPs. It's small, but it gets the job done. We've seen 3 of them today for the Black Bears, and each one of them has worked to perfection. We've actually seen 1 to each pitcher, which is kind of cool. Makoa Sniffin now up with 1 out. First pitch from Markison is a fly ball into left field. Liam Barrett goes back, then comes forward and makes the running grab for out number 2. 1 more, and the Black Bears will take game 1. Ryan Vandenbrink, the last one standing here for the Elks. Looking to get any offense going here, down 4. Vandenbrink is 0 for 3. Has reached twice, though. Walked in the first, reached on an error in the second, but since then has grounded out to short and flew out to left. First pitch, a little bit outside, and it's 1-0. Now Black Bears with this. This score holds would jump to 16-27 and be back over 500 in the second half at 9-8. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. The 4 through 8 hitters overall combined for 9 strikeouts. Salvione had 1, Batov had 2, Gurney had 4, and Batanko had 2. That's low and away for ball 2. Another day full of strikeouts for the Black Bears pitching staff. So that's low for ball 3. Only 2 walks for Black Bears pitching as well. They've done a good job at minimizing the wildness ever since that first inning. 3-1. Grounder over to third, past the dive of Roselle and into left field for a base hit. Well, Vandenbrink now has his first hit of the ball game. 10 on the day for the Elks. And they're staying alive. That'll bring up Vinny Salvione. This play is short. This throw that got past Batanko behind the plate gave the Black Bears a 6-4 lead. Now 8-4 after the double. Grounder off the glove of Markison. He'll recover. Scoop, throw to first, and that'll do it. The Black Bears take game 1 of the series by a final score of 8-4 against the Bend Elks. They have risen to 16-27 on the season. Bend, on the other hand, falls to 23-21. We are over 500 yet again in the second half at 9-8. It was a great performance from the pitching. 7 scoreless. after that 3-run second inning. An amazing job from Camden Orem and Kieran Markison in order to get the job done. Jeremiah Crane, Jarrett Sable, absolutely clutch hitting along with Holt Williams, Liam Barrett. Just an all-around fun game. And a Game 1 victory for the Black Bears. They finish with 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. On the other side, the Bend Elks, 4 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. Game 2 tomorrow at 6:35 as the Black Bears look to take the series against the Bend Elks and take a 3-2 lead in the season series, as they have tied things up at 2 apiece here at David Story Field. We will see you tomorrow. For everybody here at David Story Field and in this box, I'm Evan Patoka. We will see you tomorrow for Game 2. Black Bears take the victory 8-4.